Great Man for the Ram Radio Show on this Thursday. Hope everybody's having a great week. So I ain't done a show in a while. Just had a lot going on. Getting ready for this trip coming up next month. I've been talking about what shows to do and how we're going to do our show. How I'm going to do my show on the MSC cruise ship out of Cape Canaveral and everything, and be selling out to the Nassau, Bahamas, and then go to their private island. That's kind of interesting. Be a lot of pictures taken, and get to see the Jacksonville Jaguar Stadium, home of AEW. Great Man will be in Jacksonville coming up in next month in February. And Great Man still wants to be a manager of a wrestler. And boy, some women wrestlers are turning on each other now. I expect to see Saraya and Toni Storm both turn heel. I wasn't expecting that was coming, but I guess it is now. After what happened, they beat the crap out of Willow. And everything, everybody's wondering what's going on, even with that, I can't even pronounce her name. I can't even pronounce it. The one with the kendo stick. You know who I'm talking about? She was even shocked. I guess Saraya is going to end up being the bad girl now. It's kind of weird how it happens, but oh well, he must offer more money. But who knows, really. Tomorrow's AEW Rampage and everything. I saw where David Crosby of Crosby, Still and Nash has passed away. Very good musicians. We're losing a lot of people. We lost one of the Briscoe brothers. They were going to do a tribute, but Turner, Warner, all that Warner Brothers stuff kind of didn't want them. They had to record it after the show, after the fact. That's kind of weird. Warner Brothers, Turner, whatever that. It took over for the channels of TBS and TNT is kind of stepping in there, starting to show their muscle now. As long as they don't touch the women bleeding and the wild stuff they do in wrestling, I'll be okay. When we start doing that, then we got problems. You know. That's only the bad part about things. But I always never know what's going to happen on that show. Sometimes wrestling can go either way when it's live. Stuff can be improvised and don't even stay on script. It could go either way. And what makes it fun to watch? Especially watching the referees action, like, oh no, don't bring the tacks. Especially for Aubrey. That's kind of wild. But, they put their body on the line. Darby Allin defends TNT title and still wins. I got a feeling when Sting retires, it's going to be him and Darby Allin going at it. If it don't happen, I'll be shocked, but that's what I think when Sting's going to go out. Because I know Sting's contract's coming up and he's going to retire soon. He's getting up there. I think he wants to retire and take it easy for a little bit. Spend time with his wife and child. I guess he has a wife. He does have a child. I don't know. I ain't know much about Steve Borden and how Sting is. I know I've been following him since the 80s and since 1985, and I have a WCW jacket with him with the younger hair, Sting on the back of it, a jacket hanging in my closet. It's kind of cool. I ain't seen many of them anywhere. I'm a big collector of Sting stuff. I have a TNA shirt that has this Showtime on the back of it, and it's got his logo on the front. That's kind of the first one they did for him. And I have a lot of different Sting. I have the AEW Sting, the sweatshirt, the zip-up hoodie Sting. the Stinger logo with a scorpion on the front of it. I have that one now. I went and got back into wrestling, went for AEW and Sting and all that stuff. I hadn't watched it in years. Until AEW showed up in 2019 or 2000, somewhere around there, 2020. I started watching it again. It all brought me back. The old days kind of feeling. And when the first women match came up and started bleeding with Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker, that really kept it off. You know, I've been watching wrestling since 1984. Back when Jim Crockett Promotions was in here, and I watched some of it on, back when satellite was free, you can watch stuff as anything. I saw the first Starrcade, 1984, on satellite, from my house free. Used to have it on VHS tape until I got lost, and now I still have Starrcade 84, 85, 86. I don't know how far I go up in the DVDs, but I still have most of the matches. I have the best of Starrcade too, and everything on that. That's how long I've been watching wrestling. I watched the last Nitro, and that was so sad. Sting and Ric Flair, the final match for them. It was pretty good last night. Danhausen grabs the guitar. I wish that pencil neck geek, I call him that because he carried a pencil on his head. I wish he would get fired because Great Man wants to come in there. These managers on the other side are cray. But I have no good managers. I know a lot of people want to see the bad heel managers. There's got to be some good managers sometime. Then he could turn on the people he's with at times. That could be interesting. But I don't want to get myself beat up. That's my problem. Because I think one time my knee goes, it goes. That might be done for me. But I enjoy watching wrestling. I've been backstage when I worked at one show back in the day in 2003. You got to see Goldberg up close and stuff like that. And Stephanie McMahon up close. I ran across her 3 times. She looked at me all the time. It's like people know you from somewhere, you know, they kind of look at you like, I always get that. They're always looking at me. They know I'm there or something in that theory. But can't wait for the football this weekend. Got Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Kansas City Chiefs for the first game of the Saturday. Trevor Lawrence has not lost a Saturday game. But then you got the 49ers taking on the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday night. I'm cheering for the 49ers in Jacksonville on Saturday. It's like watching college football with some great players like Travis Etienne and Trevor Lawrence from Clemson Tigers. This kind of makes it fun to watch football. And then the countdown to the cruise is coming, getting closer. February 11th, head to Florida. Saturday morning. God, I haven't been to Florida since I was a kid. The last time I was in Florida was when we was going to Disney World and Daytona and stuff like that. I ain't seen none of that stuff since I got older. It's going to be a cool thing to go down there. We'll go through the towns that we've been through before, passing the exits to Savannah, Georgia, where we've been before. Back in December when we saw Gabriel Iglesias at their Savannah, Georgia area. For the first time I ever got to see his show finally. It was my birthday present. It's kind of cool. And then we had to be on the cruise next. And took pictures of Florida. It's going to be interesting, taking pictures of stuff and seeing stuff I had never seen before. It's always fun. Everything, excuse me. But I need to get my show back to normal here. It's going to be hard to get my show back the way it was on here. Get Suck It To Me back and stuff like that. Got to rebuild this show again. And all the stuff is effects I have on here. Just don't know what is on here anymore. I still got that on there. That's kind of weird. It stayed. Well, my playlist went haywire when I came back up in it. Just don't know what happened. But oh well. We got the show back on. We're trying to do the best we can. Y'all probably heard about the Christies going to jail finally. You know, Christie Knows Best and Todd Christie and all them. But oh well, I ain't going to talk about that much. But that's pretty much the end of that. Unless they make their appeal, I don't think that's going to happen. I've seen people appeal stuff and never get out. But if you listen to their podcasts, their daughter Savannah and stuff, and she'll probably be talking more about it since they're in there now. I don't know if she will, but I know she'll be doing her podcast when she can. Now she's taking care of her niece and daughter and son and her brother now. And everybody's watching out for Nanny Faye, I guess. Make sure nothing happens to her. But I'm going to jumping out of here, and I thought I better jump in here and do a podcast and a show for y'all and how things are going. Mostly been talking about wrestling, and I got to go check my good friend here and see if he had any Wax Pack's dad on YouTube. Check out, see if he had any, what cards he did. I forgot about that. All right, I hope everybody has a great Thursday. I'll be back tomorrow for the Friday Blast Off show. This is Great Man Radio Show. Peace. I'm out.